welcome to tonight's episode of Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, and as always, I have a special guest for you, singer, rapper, songwriter Eimaj. She'll be with us for the next 30 minutes, so stay with us. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Beyond Focus TV allows you to discuss contemporary topics affecting the Caribbean people on both a national and local level. The show features informed guests who offer insight, debate, and evaluate various issues. Beyond Focus TV builds on the station's mission to provide useful information to the Caribbean people in New York and abroad. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. And like I said, I have a very special guest for you, Eimaj. Welcome to the program.
Hi.
Well, it's great to have you. We love having people who are doing great things.
Thank you for having me.
And Eimaj, we're loving everything that we have so far. So, happy to have you here. But before we get started, I want to ask you our hot seat question, which is, who is Eimaj?
Eimaj is a woman from Brooklyn, New York. I've been doing this for a little while, a little long time, and had some hardships and doubts. You know, usually that's what happens as an artist. You try to figure out who you are, and it's coming along. I'm proud of myself.
You should be. You should definitely be proud of your achievements. What led up to the music? How did this journey take us back to when this all started for you?
Oh my goodness, wow. I was 11 between 11 and 12. My favorite artist of all time, Aaliyah, rest in peace, baby girl. Like, her third album really captivated me, and the forward-thinking production, the sounds, and everything about it just drew so much attention to me that I was like, oh my God, I know what I want to be. Mm-hmm. So that's when I first started writing my first song called Anything You Need Just Call Me. It's a jazzy feel, and I only wrote 4 to 8 lines, and I didn't have enough experience because I was a child. So, because basically it was a love song, and I threw it out because, you know, I don't know anything about love yet. So, yeah, like, Aaliyah did it for me. She's my first main musical.
Yeah, your first musical love.
Yeah, it's just my musical influence. I love her to death.
Amazing. So then you started dabbling in the writing and all that stuff. But when was that moment where you realized for you wanted to really do this professionally and that you had the talent to do it?
I wanted to do it since 12, but it's like I didn't know how to do it. So fast forward to 2010. I did my first showcase at a place called The Door, and it's in Manhattan, and I heard they were doing open mics, and I wanted to give it a try. And at first, people didn't know who I was, and they didn't like how I sang.
Really?
Yeah, like, I had a couple of people shade me like she ain't all that type of vibe, and I felt some type of way, like any artist would. Like, if, you know, they're not feeling you and they boo you and stuff like that, they'll look at you funny. But, you know, I didn't stop there. I kept going because music was really my love. So when I kept proving to myself, like, I have the talent, people started to look up, like, okay, I see you.
Exactly.
But it was only the beginning at the time, so yeah.
And how did you come up with the name Eimaj?
It's my middle name backwards. It's Jamie. That's my middle name, and
very interesting.
And the meaning for it to me is endearing, intelligent, moody, amusing, and jovial.
Love it. So you gave it a meaning. It is you. It's your middle name backwards. So that's so unique. You've put a lot of thought into this. Like, just every aspect of it is well thought of.
Thank you. Yeah, like, because I looked up the real definition, and I didn't like it. I mean, none of the definitions they had up on Google fit me, so I was like, let me make my own, like, what really stood out to me. So when I looked up, like, the personalities, like, the meaning of the words and the personality that I have, I'm like, okay, I chose the words I just mentioned, and it just fit well with me.
Absolutely. So 2010, you started doing showcases, excuse me, which that was a big time. Like, that era, I think that 2010... it was open mics all the time. It was a lot of, like, just underground artists, showcases. And even though you didn't have the best experiences with it, you still kept on going. What were your key takeaways from that? It
was the drive. It was the drive for me because I would go home and sing. My mom have to knock on the door. Nice. All right now, it's late now, tell me over and over. And she already knew what my destiny was going to be. I knew it. So it was like, I can't stop at nothing, no matter what people thought of me. So at a young age, I was surprised to keep having that drive, because I thought I was going to give up. I really thought that at one point. And then I started noticing that time was changing as well as years went by, and younger kids are not used to how music was in 2010 and stuff. They're used to the dance moves and dance music and stuff, and I had to learn how to go with the times.
You have to keep relevant. Because if you don't, you will get left back.
That's what I was afraid of.
You will. You see it happen all the time. And then you think of timeless artists like Madonna. Who has like 40 years in the game.
Respect to Madonna.
And has reinvented herself every time and stayed current.
Paved the way for so many girls.
And survived all these different things. So I think that's definitely one of the key things is you have to keep up. You have to stay riding the wave, because you will get left back. So what projects are you working on at this very moment?
I'm still working on my debut album. It's called Life. I want to make sure like every song that I put or every sound and all the good stuff is on point for me, because I don't just want to release anything or anything messed up. So I've been working on this album for 5 years now, and it's due to doubts. I had to go through some things because I want to come from a personal perspective, deep place, and I want to be relatable as well. So I was like, I had to choose the track list carefully, and I was off and on with that, but I think I have my final track list of like, okay, this is it. So it's just that I have to, once I'm done with everything, I'll have a release date and everything ready. That's all I could give you right now.
Oh, no, absolutely. That's plenty. So you've narrowed it down to how many songs?
10.
Okay.
Because I'm just getting started, and like performing live, like that's like the start for me. But like for the first album, I'll start with 10 and see what people think of it. And if it's necessary, maybe in albums in the future, maybe more.
Absolutely. This is exciting for you.
Yeah.
To get to have that opportunity and create your own work. Because now you've been writing for quite some time. You write and you rap. And you sing. And it's like almost like two different parts of your brain work there. Rapping and then singing. And some people could do both. Some people cannot do both.
That's true.
Do you have a preference of which one you like better?
R&B will always be my first love. But I feel like I'm a little more stronger in hip-hop because it's more expressive. It has a poetic feel to it. And I noticed that actually I started rapping at 26. That's basically like 2016, 2017, like around that time. And, I wanted to make sure like I write from a serious place, a personal place when I rap. So when I started doing that, it just made me feel good. I was like, oh my God, like I developed a talent that I never thought I would ever do. So I was first rapping, like I first came in the scene rapping with the artist named Cammy Coon. I was introduced to a song called Drama. He wanted me on there as a dubstep hip hop beat, and he said he wanted me to get out there. And when I performed with him live, people liked it, so I went with it. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And hip hop is so expressive. I mean, you get yourself on a great beat. If you're with some great producers, then you're able to get yourself on an amazing beat, and it would change the whole game.
Yeah, so that's what I want to do. I want to, work on my cadence and the flow still, because I'm still in the beginning stages. And, some people doubted my hip-hop ability, my rhythm, my rap ability, and stuff like that. But I didn't care, because I'm coming from a place of, the real.
Sincerity.
Right, yes. Better word.
You're definitely coming from a sincere place. Well, hold that thought. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us. back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. So, Eimaj, if you were to turn on your shuffle, your playlist, what are the what are 5 songs I'm guaranteed, or 5 artists I'm definitely going to be able to hear right now if I go into your Spotify?
Tinashe, Naturally, that's off her 333 Deluxe album. Jasmine Sullivan, Pick Up Your Feelings. Aaliyah's whole entire third album. I was listening to them earlier too. It's just so many.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, she's one of my influences as well. She have a couple of songs I listen to. Don't Walk Away, which is an unreleased song, and there's a few others I can't think of right now. And one more, I say.
I mean, that's a pretty strong list.
It's a lot. It's just a lot. So 4 is all I could give you for right now.
No,
I mean,
but those are 4 strong ones.
Yeah.
And they kind of span eras.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got your older set, you got the current ones as well.
Yeah.
Do they influence how your sound is? Because there are some artists who don't listen to the radio because they don't want their sound to be influenced, versus some people listen to other artists all the time just to keep current.
Well, for starters, about my influence, I'm influenced by Aaliyah, Beyonce, Brandy, Khalees, Mary J. Blige, Nicki Minaj, which is the artist that got me started. Had me started rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Sade and Toni Braxton. I look up to those women because they're very powerful in what they do. They paved the way for a lot of women to be themselves and be, confident in their sexuality. That's beautiful to me. Just being themselves and dominating the industry. I want to be one of those to, follow that path. That's I just find that beautiful.
Amazing. No, it truly is. Excuse me. And let's talk about imagery, like styling, because it's so hard. If you look at older rap, like TLC when they first came on, they were wearing baggy clothes. They didn't really sell the whole sex appeal thing.
Nope. Shout out to TLC, by the way.
That was just, when you look back at it, you're like, they're wearing like overalls and baggy jeans and a little crop top or something. And it's totally different. And nothing wrong with how it went, the shift now. I think it's just different because we're just more liberated with how it is. So it's not knocking anything. Just, you have 2 ends of the spectrum. So where do you kind of fit in on that?
I go by what my mom told me because I love her to death. We talk about it all the time. Shout out to my mom. She told me that always be a lady. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. How they do it, that's their business. You be a classy lady. If you're going to be sexy, do it in a way that don't, I guess, make people look at you like you're some type of, can't say the curse word, but like provocative, like
right,
a harlot. So, you want to come off like, sensual, sexy, but not sexual. So,
exactly.
Yeah, so I want to, keep maintaining that image. And also, when I rap, keep it, either street or knowledgeable or whatever's in my blood flow. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because even like what you're wearing right now, very classy, yet it's sexy at the same time. I think sexy is a vibe.
Thank you.
So it's an attitude, it's an aura, it's a way of being, right? You don't have to have all the goodies out to do that. But we know there's a market for it. That's why there's guys who like that. You know what I mean?
To each his own with that. I mean, because I thought about, maybe if I show a cleavage or maybe I do a little bit more, then maybe I'll have guys go, ooh, or everybody like, what? And do shock value. But not everybody could pull that off. And, and I go by how I feel and what I think is good for me, not what the industry wants. Yeah, absolutely. I don't believe in none of that.
Like her, such a great artist, pretty much always clothed.
She showcased that you can have clothes on and still be platinum. I respect her for that. I wish more people can do that. Female artists can do that. to if you want to be naked and show cleavage and or all the way naked, however, ladies,
Right.
I have female artists, I have no problem with that, because probably, I may say this now, but like if I get more comfortable in my, body, or look more good, as they say, I may want to get like out of myself and go, you know what, forget it, I'll just do. And I don't know, just I'm not hating on the
No,
ladies doing that
not at all.
anyway, but I just go by what I feel. I'll just say that. Yeah.
Keep it at that.
Yeah.
No, but it's great. You have great influences. You have your own style. How do you, in a nutshell, describe your sound?
Versatile. Very versatile. I do not want to be in a box. I refuse to be in a box. I don't want nobody, not even a label, telling me, you're this, you should do this. You're that, you should do that. No. I don't want to hear that, because I'm a strong woman. I have a big personality. So when something's not right with me, I speak on it. And that intimidates a lot of people. And, at the end of the day, this is my image, I'm responsible for that. I'm responsible for, like, how I come out, everything. And if you're going to help me, be reasonable. And, make sure it's good for me, not because of what you think people might like or what you might like. Make sure it just works well with me, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just sadly a lot of labels, now that you brought it up. That's not how they operate.
Nope.
And they want to dictate, that's why some people would choose to remain unsigned or choose to be independent, because of the fact that you do lose a certain amount of creative control.
Yes.
When you are officially signed. They could shelf you. They could create a whole thing and never release it. And you can't get out of that because you are owned by them for a certain time.
Because if they don't see it for you, or they can't figure out what your image or your brand is supposed to be, or they just don't care, then it's just like, oh well, bye. And it's just like, then why would you sell me a dream if you never cared in the first place?
Exactly.
So that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, and there's certain things that we definitely have to keep that in mind. We'll hold that thought. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. So, of course, Eimaj, a lot of big things. You want everybody at home to know how they can get in contact with you. How do we find you on social media?
My Instagrams, because I have two now, so it's Eimaj Music, Eimaj Music, and the second one is the same name, but with the number 2 next to it. My Facebook is Eimaj Morales, Eimaj Morales. My YouTube, simply Eimaj, and my music is on all streaming platforms.
Okay, great. So you're definitely out there. Let's talk about the pandemic. Pre-pandemic, you're doing a lot with the music. How has that changed for you with how you had to strategize everything?
Wow, how do I even put this into words? I got caught with it. That was devastating for me. I thought I was going to die, because I had the effects of that virus. I was just like, oh my God.
Did it change your voice?
No, but I wasn't badly sick, but it's like I felt mostly the effects in my lungs, and it was like, oh no, don't tell me I'm gonna, I don't even want to get deep into that, but like the feeling of it, I was very down that I had to write a song about it. I wrote a song about it, and it's gonna be on the album. And instead of making it like a sad, serious type of feel, I wanted to make it like an upbeat. So I was just like, you know what? I want to tell people what I went through during that time, and I think everybody's gonna be like they could relate to that, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just happy that I recovered from that through the grace of God. I've been very lucky, because not a lot of people made it off of that. And yeah, shout out to the families that lost their loved ones. It's it's getting. I'm stuttering because it's just like I'm still in.
Yeah. And
it's
it's hard when you actually live it because you experience it and you're an artist, and it must be such a scary feeling to know your health. If this doesn't go well, it's over.
I really thought that. My mom caught it a year before that, and it was just like, oh man, I was afraid for her more than me. Like, I love her to death. Like, she really supports everything I do. So I just thank God she recovered fast. I'm just proud. I'm proud of her. She's a strong woman. Yeah.
Well, so are you. And you're definitely doing this. You
You
overcame that. You're doing your music. You have representation now. What are you looking forward to for the rest of 2022 and beyond?
More visuals. The album should be released this year. I want to make sure of that. I really want to get this album done. Collaborations. Oh my God! By the way, speaking of collaborations, I did a song with an R&B artist named Bossy V. It's out right now, and that collaboration was overdue, and I'm just happy of how me and her got together to discuss like how we want to, do a song and how we want to deliver it and stuff like that. And she's a cool person. I really respect her a lot. Yeah.
That's exciting. You already have collaborations.
Yeah, and of course I did songs with my manager, Real Lyrics.
Of
He's
course.
amazing. I've been with him for 2 years, and that man, he's like a father figure, and he's been helping me out with this industry stuff, and he told me to watch out for certain things and be careful who you work with, all that good stuff that a young artist like me needs to know. I really am proud of him as well and his successes.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. If you don't have somebody kind of coaching you, mentoring you through this,
Yes.
it's easy to get caught. It's easy to get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, because there's times where, like, I had industry beefs. Like, you know what I'm saying? I told him about it, and he witnessed it. And it was just like, how do I cope with this? How do you deal with this? Like, there was moments where I wanted to, like, confront these people and get physical. And he was just like, no, don't do it. Like, you're talented. You don't need someone, like, negative people to bring you down. Because that's what they want. They want you to lose because they know how much... You
have to lose.
You know what I'm saying? And you're talented. They wish to have something you have. So he just kept reminding me just to stay focused, do your thing, do you, and leave all that behind. And I'm getting better. So,
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So a lot is going on. Excited for the projects. We're going to have an album from you coming out. It's going to be available at all the different streaming platforms. So everybody at home, if you're looking forward to that, do you have a favorite song on the album yet? Or one that touches you, really captures your soul?
Ooh, oh my God. How do I even bring this out? Okay, I'll just say one of the songs on the album is going to be deeply personal.
Okay.
I'll just give you that. That if they do hear this, they're going to be like, how could you put that on there? How could you? What happened? Like, I like to give people shock value sometimes. So I'll just give you that. It's going to be this is going to be the most personal song on the album. I just say that. But I do have 2 singles out, Hardcore and Blaze. I did both videos. Shout out to Z1. He's the director of both of them. And I had a lot of great criticism behind it. And Blaze is at 6K on Spotify. And Hardcore is 4K on Spotify. So I'm proud of this, little success I have.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Any final words? Anybody at home, your fans, anybody that you just want to give a message to?
Shout out to Z1. Shout out to Lyrics, my manager. Thank you so much for being there for me through whatever. My mom, I love you. My best friend Nicole, I love you, love you, love you, love you. You've been holding it down for me. Like we just do it for each other. Thank you so much. To the people that support my music, thank you so much. And to those that are new, seeing me. My music is on all streaming platforms. Like I said, check it out. You'll like it.
That is great. And your energy, most importantly, you're smiling. You're so warm. You're welcoming. And just don't let the negativity, hold you back. I know people are always going to have something to say. They're not going to like it. They're not going to like how you sound. They're not going to like how you look. It's going to be, that's okay. You're not for you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
I had to realize that I have to learn how to execute it more better into ignoring it fully. Because right now I'm just like, okay, I can ignore some things, but it's like some things kind of trigger me, and I want to make sure I work on it to make sure it just doesn't happen at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're human, right? But I always say I try to be a little ducky and just let things, you know how ducks, they say let the water run off its back. Got to be a ducky and just let things
Quack.
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 Just let it go. Obviously, it's easier said than done, but even for myself, you're not going to please everybody. You're not going to appeal to everybody.
Yeah.
But I think the most important thing, as long as you're happy first, got to do it for you first. I got to be happy first. I got to like what I'm doing. And after that, it's all going to come into play. So I think it's great. So excited to hear your music and to see the new things that you're going to have coming out. So we'll love to have you back.
Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. So we're looking forward to that as soon as the album drops.
Once I have a release date, I'll let everybody know.
Absolutely. Perfect, Eimaj. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And as always, if you have any questions or comments, you can send us an email at info@beyondfocusmedia.com. I'm your host, Lydia Patel. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be back again next week. Same time, same place. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us.
Beyond Focus TV show wants and needs your feedback. Did we blunder? Please let us know so we can improve. Was the show helpful to you? Drop us a note so we can share the success with our staff members. Is there something you think we could do better? We welcome new ideas and new approaches to old ideas. Do you have a great suggestion? Let us know and we'll work on it. If you would like to share your comments anonymously, please send us an email at info@beyondfocusmedia.com. If you want to get in touch with the executive producer directly, send him an email at gene@beyondfocusmedia.com. We really look forward to hearing from you.